Top 10 Craziest Ocean Mysteries of All Time. The oceans are 70% of the Earth's total surface area. And that is just the surface. Most of the ocean is in the depths below. The Sisyphean depths of the ocean are home to many unsolved mysteries. To start off, there's a sea load of interesting creatures floating about in the ocean, like this barrel-eyed fish with a transparent head.
While we have not discovered all of these amazing sea dwellers, it is only a matter of time before they are all under the sun. Apart from these creatures, the oceans abound in a bounty of strange phenomena. Some of these ocean mysteries have been successfully solved by science and sheer perseverance. Yet, a great number of ocean mysteries are still puzzling the human mind.
We present to you the craziest ocean mysteries of all time. Before we dive into the video, here's a little message from the creators of this channel.
Hey guys!
We made this channel to share with you some awesome mysteries and phenomena from our world and beyond.
If our video makes a little difference in your day, share it with your friends.
Because we believe everybody deserves to know something awesome every day.
You can also support our work by subscribing to our channel and making a Patreon donation to help us create more awesome content for you. The Milky Sea Phenomenon. The Milky Sea is an ocean mystery of celestial proportions. It's so big that astronauts have caught sightings of it from space. So what is this Milky Sea phenomenon, and how does it really happen? The bragging rights belong to a swarm of the bacteria Vibrio harveyi in the Indian Ocean. Interestingly, these tiny beings live inside of fish, and live in enough numbers to glow up an area equivalent to the size of the state of Connecticut. Care to guess how many bacteria are required to achieve something of such proportions? It's an unbelievable number of 40 billion trillion bacteria. Most researchers believe the phenomenon is over 4 centuries old. We can all break sweat and marvel on the phenomenon at the same time, particularly in the light of the fact that all of this was unknown to science until as late as 2005. But eerily enough, Jules Verne described this phenomenon in his book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in 1869, 136 years before scientists actually found it.
Bioluminescence. Most beaches and oceans around the world reflect the light that comes onto them from outside the sea. But some special beaches and bays around the world produce light from within themselves, rippling off countless blue flashes in the beach waves. This phenomenon is caused by tiny creatures called dinoflagellates. Unlike other single-celled organisms like bacteria, these microorganisms have their DNA neatly packed into their nucleus. However, scientists are still not entirely convinced how organisms this tiny manage to initiate chemical reactions powerful enough to emit light. For the largest part, scientists tend to agree that the major contributor is an interestingly named compound, luciferin. All the science aside, the phenomenon of bioluminescence attracts tourists from all over the world. It occurs in almost all oceans of the world that have tropical coastlines. Try to spot the phenomenon on your next voyage across the ocean.
Baltic and North Seas Convergence. The surreally beautiful province of Skagen in Denmark is host to one of the most distinct ocean spectacle of the meeting of the Baltic and the North Seas. Viewed from above, you can clearly make out that the two seas meet but don't mix, thanks to their totally different personalities and densities. At the point where they meet, a line of white foam appears to be floating above the water, clearly demarcating one sea from the other. Additional explanation of this phenomenon includes difference in salinities and the opposite directions of the currents of the two seas. Perhaps the most breathtaking bit about this convergence is that it has been happening since the beginning of these seas formations, but they still don't meet, not just at the surface, but even in the depths. Our thoughts are with the fish from opposite seas that just might fall in love with one another.
Steaming Black Sea. The steam that comes out the Black Sea is a phenomenon that is often seen in several small water bodies as well. The warm water of the Black Sea comes in contact with the cool wind blowing just over it, giving rise, quite literally, to the phenomenon of sea smoke. Unlike several other ocean mysteries, the steaming Black Sea is one mystery that has been uncovered by sea experts and researchers. Despite that, the phenomenon continues to be one of the most elegant oceanic sights on the Earth.
Green flash. Green flash is an oceanic occurrence that mostly transpires during sunrises and sunsets. But like many other sightings around the abundant waters, green flashes do not last for more than a couple of seconds. The cause behind the phenomenon of green flash was unknown to researchers and scientists for several years. It has been only recently understood that the phenomenon occurs due to the natural prismatic effect between the Earth and its atmosphere. At certain points where the sun sets and rises, the light of the sun gets deflected to leave glimpses of green flashes. In local lores, sightings of green flashes are said to bring in luck and love in life.
Anomaly of the Baltic Sea. This enigmatic anomaly of the Baltic Sea evaded research attention until 2011. That was the year when a team of professional divers called the Ocean X Group discovered a strange entity 90 meters below the surface of the sea. It was a circular object about 60 meters in thickness with remarkable resemblance to the Star Wars spaceship, the Millennium Falcon. One of the divers from the Ocean X crew reported that all electrical equipment, including their satellite phones, stopped working within a radius of 200 kilometers around the object. Besides, the divers also found a leaning track on the entity. The track alone measured up to 300 meters in length. While disparate analyses have been offered by different groups of researchers and scientists, the anomaly of the Baltic Sea remains one of the most disturbing and debated ocean mysteries of all time.
Breinacle. The extraordinary oceanic sighting of Breinacle is as close to Wonderland as it can possibly get. It is essentially a frozen column of ice inside polar sea water, which is extremely cold to begin with. If you are willing to brave the unbelievably harsh conditions of the freezing seas, even you could stand face to face with these pictures that look like they've come straight out of an Avengers movie. What comes out of the column is flowing brine, which is colder than water and flows from inside the column of ice toward the floor of the ocean. It then creates a river of brine on the floor of the ocean, freezing every little sea creature that comes in its way, like we see in this clip here. Take note, the brine is freezing while the water around is not. Also, the brine is white and the water largely transparent. And when this river of water and ice actually strikes the ocean floor, the scene is so surreal you feel it's some kind of bad CGI from an early 90s Hollywood flick.
Red tide. The science behind the occurrence of red tides is terrifying yet awesome. The red color of the tides is caused by microorganisms called algae. Algae can grow on land, in water, and even on snow. The kind of algae that cause red tides are algae which deplete the water of oxygen, release toxins, and discolor the waves. The really bad thing about this otherwise magnificent-looking ocean feature is the fact that they kill fish, dolphins, and several other forms of ocean life. And it is not particularly helpful for humans either. In fact, the red tide can harm humans without them even knowing about it. So which kind of algae causes all of that? Welcome back to Spotlight the single-celled big personality, dinoflagellates. The red tides in particular are caused by the algal bloom of dinoflagellates, which is essentially the algae reproducing and replicating by the millions per gallon of water, which is insane by any stretch of the imagination. As amazing as they might appear to be, the red tide turns out to be quite the murderer of life.
Crop circles. Crop circles are gigantic and mysterious circles that are generally seen on land. But these circles of mystery are not just seen on the land, they even appear on the floor of the ocean. The underwater crop circles have triggered and inspired intrigue in ocean enthusiasts for many years now. Only lately, we have discovered the real cause behind the formation of these spheres. It is the quest of the little puffer fish to find their ideal mates that cause these circles. What's really amazing is the geometric precision with which the fish go about making these circles. The circumference of these circles could go in the upwards of 6 feet, and you could easily locate decorative seashells amid these circles. Anomaly is the Japanese island under which the underwater crop circles were first discovered. Like so many other things we did not know about, the crop circles were considered alien artwork until the real artist was caught on camera.
Greenland Shark. The Greenland shark is a mammal and not a phenomenon as such. but a single Greenland shark could be as old as 500 years, and that is why it finds honorary mention on our list. In fact, the oldest Greenland shark alive could be older than the entire Milky Sea Phenomenon. These are ugly and obnoxious creatures with ghostly eyes and an ever-gaping mouth. Nevertheless, these are believed to be the oldest living vertebrates in the world. So what do these sharks do living in the cold blue alone for hundreds of years? The answer may or may not surprise you. They look for a mate. Researchers now believe that the Greenland shark could be studied to unravel the secrets of centuries-old life for humans, and maybe even immortality. That brings us to the end of our roundup on the top 10 ocean mysteries and phenomena.
Let us know which of these you felt was the most unbelievable of them all in the comments below.
If you like this video, check out other cool videos on this channel and subscribe for more awesome stuff. We will see you around with another cool video and tons of more whack.
Till then, Bella ciao.
10 creepy alien abductions that will blow the UFO out of you. Aliens are in. More interestingly, they are taking in. This is precisely what folks who believe in alien abductions will tell you any old day of the week. While there have been several reported, alleged, and confirmed cases of alien abductions, we cannot just warrant the verity of them all. Some of these cases are scarier.